Yo, 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 yo. Quick video, real quick. This is about the Zachary Levi comments. The other day, he put out a video, or somebody put out a video. He said somebody else put out a video of him. It was kind of like he was talking shit about the Snyder Cut, right? So some of the stuff he said, it kind of angered a lot of people, and it was fun for me to watch, like the little youngins go hit him up on Twitter. And then he got into it later on, talking about some shit like schizophrenia or something like that. And then they flipped on him and talked. He kind of said, "Why are you talking about mental illnesses and shit?" So he's all fucked. I like to see that shit because first it shows the growth of the Snyder Cut movement. At first, when people used to come out and say shit like that, we didn't know how to respond. We used to take that as law, and we used to just be like, "Oh fuck," start getting depressed and shit like that. But now we know how to respond, and that's the beautiful part about it. And Zachary Levi probably got a few more days in the hell of responses on Twitter, which is fucking hilarious. But you deserve that shit because when you came out with your video, or you let them come out with you saying that, you said it was 3 months, 3 months old. That will make it like in October, and we had that big, that Twitter trending event on in November, right? So you're trying to say like that was before that event, so basically you didn't know. You were speaking from a place of ignorance. But before that event in November, we've already made it 100% clear that the Snyder Cut exists. We've already made it, from us to Zack Snyder, has already made it 100% clear that the Snyder Cut exists. From Jay Oliva, Clay, I mean, everybody is already there. We already came out. We had a nice big party on November, and so a month before that, you said your shit. But when you said your shit, that was a hit piece. What you did, you came out on stage with sarcasm, like look at how your posture looked. Look how your posture looked. You was like you was a teacher trying to act like you were teaching us. You look like a teacher in that shit, like a fucking woman teacher. I hate to say it, but you did. Your posture looked like a straight bitch. That's why you're not in the Snyder Cut move. I mean, that's why you're not in fucking Justice League. That's why, yo, you can tell there's little behind the scenes shit going on because when Zack Snyder introduced Martian the Manhunter, that was your spot, Shazam. So when Zack Snyder said Martian Manhunter was gonna be in this bitch, that means Shazam wasn't gonna be in this shit. So that's what they was doing. You can tell there was like a little beef going on. But there's more shit from the Rock's manager, Danny Garcia, the old manager. I mean, she was the old wife of The Rock, but I think she's Superman's manager. From just that little piece right there. We've been, because 3 months ago, that's when the Spartans was kind of noticing that Jeff Johns is following all of y'all, right? Started seeing how Jeff Johns is following all these certain people in this group we call the 40 Club. And we were all wondering, like, why was Jeff Johns following these guys, right? But we already knew, but it was just good to see. It was just good to see that, like, clarification. But when we started seeing this, we were like, oh, all right. They coming out from behind the curtain now. We kind of already knew the snakes was there. But what we're finding out, the snakes have been in our circles, dog. In DC, there's been so many snakes, and they're still going at it. So what Zachary Levi, damn it, I hate that you even got the name Zach. What he came out with and said on stage, we need to give it up pretty much. We need to give up. We need to focus our time on some other shit. That's what this dude was trying to say to us. Like we're some little 17-year-old fucking students, and you're just telling us off. You're telling us how to live, dog. You vastly underestimate who the Snyder Cut movement is. we're some cool dudes. We don't need to be preached at first. We don't need to be talked to like we're little kids first, because first of all, you're the suckiest one in the whole DCEU, you know? And now they're switching over, they're doing their thing with Joker and Todd Phillips over there, who's already made $1 billion, who's already fucking winning all these awards with like a $70 million budget. When you had a small budget too, Shazam, you didn't do shit with it. You didn't do shit with it. You made $300 million and everybody was like, oh, that's still an achievement. And when they were saying that's still an achievement, you can tell they were with protecting Jeff Johns and his investments and his people. They were protecting that. And we saw it in our movement, but we didn't really understand it back then. And we were just afraid to admit it. But I've been said it. I've been said what it was. And it's now we see that the war is still going on. Let me get my dog some shine. What's up, dog? Superman and Batman rolling with me. But now we see the little battles. The war is still going on. The war has never stopped. The war has never stopped, because if the Snyder Cut comes out, that's gonna prove that this big fucking Jeff Johns idea to change the direction of the DCEU was wrong. And not only did he fuck up and blow a lot of money on fucking Justice League, bringing in his homeboys from Disney. Not only did he do that and fucked up $300 million, what else did you do? You greenlit some other bullshit. You greenlit Shazam. You greenlit Ava DuVernay and some fucking New Gods. All that bullshit that y'all was throwing out at us around that time, now we see what it was. But not only was y'all throwing out bullshit around us with these stupid ass movies that just fucking up the role of the DCEU, you know? We gotta watch now. Here come The Rock and his Black Adam. And real quick, The Rock, I want you to know, I hope you just stay cool and stay neutral, because you don't want your first time showing up as Black Adam to be tripped on by us. You don't want us to make these fucking memes dissing your fucking movies. You don't want us to fucking go trending talking shit about y'all's movies. So The Rock, I hope you play cool. Dwayne Johnson, you've been cool, but don't teeter on the edge with these dudes. Be like, I guess the best you can be like is Henry Cavill. He's still saying some bullshit, and we know why you're talking that bullshit, but we understand. The Rock, don't get into this. Please don't jump in with fucking Zachary Levi and think that y'all little Black Adam Shazam universe can fucking outlast us, because you can't. We have the best content creators in this shit. We'll make so much fucking memes and clown the fuck out of your movie for however long y'all have y'all's theatrical run. And by that time, while we're clowning it, it will get a fucking stigma of being a clown ass movie. And you won't make, y'all already fucking batting last right now. Every movie has made more than you, Zachary Levi. Y'all are already batting last. You know? Jeff Johns, dog, you need to chill, bro. You need to chill with your people, because y'all like walking on thin ice, man. And y'all not doing it, because y'all not walking on thin ice in your mind. You probably not. But if you look at it right now, here's why we got the advantage. Warner Brothers, AT&T are using what they call these AI algorithms to find out what movies that everybody want and blah 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 blah. You know, they just admitted they're doing that. We been knew they were doing it. We've been talked about it. Me and Brian Kuhn been talking about it for years. But what does that mean? That means y'all have to now see what we can do to algorithms, and y'all have already seen it. Our trending abilities. Y'all have already seen what we can do to algorithms. Y'all, that's where we win, because we, not saying this battle is over, but if you look at it, we've already got checkmate. If you look as far as you want to, because we're deep as fuck, and we will clown the shit out of your movie. So do not come up here and attempt to clown us and try to belittle us and say anything about the Snyder Cut. Stay out of that fight. Let us fight the good fight. Y'all stay out of it. But when you come in and talking that bullshit like you just did, you're basically trying to act like you are clowning us, telling us to do something else. No, this movie won't come out. No, this movie never been made. Blah, 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 blah. All this shit that you said, you thought, first, maybe you say you thought that shit was never going to come out. But whatever, when you was on stage, you knew, damn, I might not should be saying this. I might shouldn't be saying this. Whoever told you to say that really fucked yourself. And that was what we in Charleston, we call that a dummy mission. You went on a dummy mission for, I don't know why, because you thought Jeff Johns was so powerful. But I think you need to retract those statements and say if it came out, don't blame the news organization for putting it out, because you said that. Take ownership with the shit you say, right? So maybe if you retract your statement, you probably won't. You probably think you the man, and you probably think we nobodies. But we just have to show you better than we can tell you. That's what we gotta do. We gotta show you better than we can tell you. Fucking, y'all are already batting last, Shazam. Don't think The Rock is gonna help you out to be fucking batting 1,000. It's not happening. Y'all are batting 200 in the fucking World Series right now. Don't think anything else is going to be different than that just because The Rock is showing you. Don't jump out a window and try to diss the Snyder Cut movement, because we can really, really, really do damage to everything y'all fucking, your whole campaign event. We will clown the fuck out of that shit and have that looking like the worst movie coming out in our shit, which we already know it is the worst movie, but we can turn up the heat on that, and that AT&T algorithm will only see, damn, why did we fucking put money in this movie? That's what we do. You bitch.